Hello, and welcome to another episode of the Mighty Movie Pod.
Just go right over that question.
My name is Ryan.
I'm Josh.
We're back in your ear holes for another thrilling episode.
Hello.
Hi.
God, you are putting the douchiest look on your face for this. Ugh.
Dude.
It's me, the Ride Dog.
I could have been a DJ,
Yeah,
except
bro.
for my terrible voice. Only thing holding me back.
The only thing holding me back.
You know,
You could have just like amped it up, like, hey, and welcome to the radio show. It's time for the morning circus with Ride Dog and the Josher.
Poop noise. Homer Simpson clip here.
Don't.
That's good.
That was
just Josh. That we didn't insert that. How you doing, everybody? How you doing, Josh?
I'm doing pretty good, man.
Good. You know, I didn't say it how you said it last time.
What did I say?
Which, upon listening to it in editing, because you had stopped it and been like, why did I say it like that? You were like, how you doing?
I did. Oh, yeah. Hello, how you doing?
It was so weird.
Yeah, I joeyed it up.
You joeyed it.
I did a lot of weird stuff in the last episode, man. I don't know what was going on. Yeah.
We're just a little out of practice. We're still getting accustomed to Studio
I blame
3. No,
4,
Studio
5.
A, right?
Yeah,
Correct?
that's
Studio
what
A.
you said. Yeah.
Yes, because we went numerically.
And then
Not
we
at all.
decided to go into the alphabet.
Yeah. We have a system.
I blame the economy.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, no, we're in an economy. So that's undisputable.
What's
that is undisputable fact. You can check me on that.
What is that meme going around with Joker all the time? It's we live in a society.
Yes. We live in a society.
We live in a society.
I
had to look
you want
that
to talk
up.
You want to talk about the Joker?
No.
From what I
No.
No, let's talk about it. No, let's talk about it for a minute. So,
right.
from what I understand, because it was shown at Toronto,
It's the best Joker movie ever.
Yeah, it was shown.
It's also the only Joker movie ever.
Yes, it was shown at Toronto Film Festival, and I guess it's pretty good. But because putting out a movie that's just pretty good isn't enough, and all press is good press. Apparently, you have like Joaquin Phoenix saying weird shit about like they don't want people to go see it in solo because they're afraid like weirdo. Basically, they're saying weirdo white incels are like glorifying the Joker.
Oh yeah, no, that's a thing going on the internet for sure.
And especially what happened with. But the thing is that they're playing into it kind of.
Oh yeah, of course they are. Of course they are. They're getting that group riled up, so they'll definitely come out.
Yeah, I know. And then what happened with Aurora and all that shit with Dark Knight Rises.
Didn't he just say that? Like the guy was just like, I'm the Joker, but he was like out of his fucking mind.
Yeah, he was insane. It had nothing. He was not a weird incel Joker fanboy. Like that's not what it was. He was he's a fucking asshole. But I don't know. I don't know what to think
because that's the market you want to try to double down on.
Exactly. So
that's in poor taste.
Every time I hear people saying shit like this, I'm like, yeah, of course, whatever. Clickbait, bullshit, dumbass. Yeah. We live in that age. Like, you gotta ignore it.
We live in a society.
We live in a society. But then I heard in this, I haven't fact checked this, so I'm not doing my due diligence either.
Yeah.
That apparently Joaquin Phoenix had said something to the effect of like, they were hoping they were almost coming out against terrorism, which is a bold stance to take. If you ask me. No, I was just wondering what your take on it is. Remember the people that went to see Suicide Squad. I imagine it's just the same crowd.
It's the same fucking weirdos. Yeah.
They're just weird. I think warning or being upset or like creating buzz around a movie character, which they didn't do this for Suicide Squad.
No.
But for whatever reason, because
they knew it was bullshit.
This
has Martin Scorsese's name on it, dude.
Creating that kind of buzz around a movie, I'm just kind of like, poor taste.
It's very poor taste, dude. That's
and I think asking somebody to be like, I'm gonna be the one.
Yeah.
Like, oh fuck me, dude.
Yeah. I don't know. I have a lot of problems with the whole fucking thing. It looks like it's kind of not just humanizing the Joker, but kind of glorifying the way he is.
And from what I've heard from people who actually have seen it, that's not the case. But
It's my highest hope.
It's being marketed that way.
It is. It's exactly being marketed that way. Like fucking, there's these droves of fans in the trailers and stuff. They're all wearing Joker masks, and they're like, "Yeah, Joker." And I was like, "So Joker's
We've
the new
gone down
Batman?"
the wrong path, and I'm
Yeah.
and I know there's a turn in the movie where from what I understand.
It's my highest hope. I don't want to fucking see this movie. I already addressed that. Like, I don't think it's necessary. It shouldn't be happening.
No.
If there was ever a villain that doesn't need a backstory, it's Joker.
Yeah.
The more you humanize him, the less, unpredictable and crazy he becomes.
Yes.
But the one thing that I could hope for was it would end up being like Nightcrawler was, where you're rooting for the guy, and then you reach the point in the movie where you're like, oh my god, I forgot he's a huge pile of shit, and I've been waiting for him to win this whole time.
Yeah, I would hope so as well.
Yeah.
I think you're right.
You leave the theater feeling bad about yourself.
Yeah.
I can't remember. I think it was I want to say McDuffie. I think that's his last name. He was an artist for Batman for a long time. And he said that the great thing about the Joker is that he'll make you laugh hysterically and then make you feel bad. And then you'll feel bad about it later on.
Yeah.
Because you realize what a fucking horrible human being he is. And that's kind of what I hope for with the movie. I hope that's what happens. I'm going to end up watching it at some point. I'm not going to pay money to watch it, though.
Yeah, I'm probably going to. I mean, I don't know. I'm going to go see it. Mostly, I don't know.
It's a curiosity. There's a curiosity there.
Yeah, and I'm with you where that I don't care about Batman or the Joker or anything, and I'm with you about how you feel about the character, and I respect that. But at the same time, I'm almost kind of like, I'm glad that they're actually doing something different.
Yeah, oh no, that's great. I think that's phenomenal.
A little character piece.
But I feel like it's this
budget,
weird commentary on the mindset of like the public, where we're getting a Joker, a Joker film before they've doubled. Like, it says something about what Warner Brothers and DC thinks of its audience.
Yeah.
It's doubling down on that, comic books are for grown-ups, and weird and jerks, and, because that seems to be their thing. They're just like, superheroes are dicks and the villains are even worse.
Yeah.
And that's what we're getting with this movie. They're just doubling down on that, and I don't like that. I think it says something about the way they think of us. And we haven't gotten a good fucking Batman movie since the end of the Nolan era, whatever side of the fence you fall on that.
I was actually just thinking about Dark Knight Rises the other day because I talk about it how I enjoy the movie more than the other ones. Not Batman Begins. That'd be ridiculous. But more than Dark Knight. And then I was thinking about the ending of that movie where where he has that Fernet Branca and he sees him just chilling there. And I was like, God, the ending of that movie is so unbelievably terrible.
It's so bad. It's so bad. Plus, I love that they continue that myth that Commissioner Gordon's a moron. Like he says, Bruce Wayne. And I was like, oh my god. When they're like in the comics and the cartoon and everything, Gordon's known the whole fucking time.
Yeah, he's playing dumb
just to keep himself okay.
Okay. Well, that's all we got to talk about that. Yeah, I don't know if I'm going to see it or not.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm going to watch it.
Like I agree with you though. Like I think we were in agreement on that whole, like, like I said, you don't double down on that fucking market.
No,
like,
no.
You don't even address that issue. Don't even bring it up.
And that's the thing. I think that's marketing.
Marketing.
The guy who made the movie, I think he's coming from I think he's one of the few dudes who went into Warner Brothers and actually got something done.
Yeah.
Like, he's making a movie he wants to make.
Yeah.
Whether you agree with
character-wise
or not.
Yeah, I like the way it looks.
Yeah, same.
But that trailer, that's really all you need about the Joker.
Yeah. I agree.
Plus, like, I mean, I kind of laughed when I saw the makeup in the first place because it was a terrible test shot. And I was like, that looks fucking stupid. But that shot of him walking down the hallway with the whole makeup on and the green hair slicked back, it's a pretty good update to the look.
Yeah.
And plus, he's wearing the old purple and gold, dude. He looks good.
Yeah. Agreed. That'll be interesting. We'll have to see.
Strange movie.
Yeah. Out of Toronto, people are generally positive, but they're not saying it's great. They're just saying, it's pretty good.
Yeah.
Which for DC or for Warner Brothers and DC is a win.
Yeah. So basically, they've got Wonder Woman, which everyone loved. They had Aquaman, which did well. I don't think everybody liked it as much as Wonder Woman.
No.
But and then they got this one, which everybody.
And they had Shazam. Ooh, Shazam.
Oh yeah, I keep forgetting Shazam did really well.
They're doing a good streak right now.
They're doing real good. I'm hoping for another Aquaman movie. I hope it's shorter.
Yeah. Oh God.
That's the only that and Amber Heard are my only real complaints about that movie.
Yeah. Yes. Yeah. But Wonder Woman that's coming out soon.
Wonder
too.
Woman 2 next
year. 2020 sometime.
June. I wanna say.
Yeah, I think it's summer season, early summer.
Yeah, I just it's so weird. Like we haven't gotten a teaser or anything, and then like they put it on the back burner when they were trying to retool everything, and they were talking about it not even coming out maybe, and now it's coming back out, and I'm just like, dude, let's not set this in the 80s. This sounds weird. Like I'm kind of.
I think the story in the movie was done, and then they're waiting on reshoots to try to tie it in to whatever they're building, but they don't know. Maybe they finally fucking figured it out, or maybe they just axed it. Who knows?
Yeah, there's a rumor going around about
because we got promotional
Edward.
stills like 3 years ago for that movie.
What the hell's his real name? Edward from Twilight.
Oh,
Edwin.
the Batman. Wow. Now oh God.
Shit, I don't remember his name. Anyway,
Pattinson.
Robert Pattinson.
Robert Pattinson.
There we go. There's rumor that Robert Pattinson is going to be Terry McGinnis and not Bruce Wayne.
Ooh.
He's going to be Batman Beyond.
Yeah.
Which, if they did that, that would be so cool. If we got Terry, and then my biggest hope would be if they did anything like that, they get Michael Keaton to play Old Man Wayne. That would be
sick.
Awesome. Or just give it to Kevin Conroy.
Yeah.
That'd be awesome too.
That'd be cool. Kevin Conroy, do it.
Yeah. Anyway,
yeah, so that's interesting. And then when it comes to Marvel, basically we're just waiting until November to watch some of these shows and not give a shit for a while, which is nice. Don't even have to worry about Spider-Man, which is fine. I guess, even though they just. But here's the thing.
What's going on with that? Because I stopped paying attention
nothing.
to that whole.
They've gone nowhere. So it's still as it stands.
So it's just
nobody
stagnated,
knows.
yeah.
Stagnant.
Well, they better hurry up. There's another year coming.
Yeah, exactly. There is another year happening right after this one.
We got to get that Spider-Man out there now.
I want to be like, right when they set it up, that the next one's going to be like extra good.
Yeah.
But I've been saying the next one's going to be better since fucking Spider-Man.
Yeah.
And only once was that true.
I was going to say, Spider-Man 2 was really good.
Yeah, but Spider-Man 3 is the best. And then Spider-Man...
Although I will say I've watched it recently. It doesn't really hold up, but Alfred Molina is still the shit in that movie. He was awesome.
Yeah. Amazing Spider-Man, I watched it and hated it, and then I was like, the next one will be better, and that was the funniest.
I liked the personal life of Peter more than anything else in that movie.
Yeah,
the Spider-Man parts were really a letdown.
Yeah, we've had a lot of discussion about that, and then
you yelled at me at a podcast. You're just gonna keep comparing every Spider-Man movie to Amazing Spider-Man, and I slammed my fist on the table and went, yes.
And then Homecoming I liked, but I was like, oh, they'll do better, and then. They did, but I wasn't the best with Far From Home. I didn't think it was the best. And then I was like, but next time will be good. And who knows? I just think... I just
hope that the next Into the Spider-Verse is going to be as good as the first one was. Because honestly, I
don't know if it can be. But...
I don't know. I'm just hoping that it's on par.
Yes.
You know what I mean? Like we just keep going with that momentum. Like it doesn't have to be better or exceed.
No.
Just be about as good.
Make another movie like that.
Make another one. Yeah. That's the Spider-Man franchise I'm doubling down on.
Yeah, that's a safe bet.
Going.
That's a safe bet there. It's just too bad. I mean, it's just too bad. I think Holland was doing a good job.
Holland's good,
and I think Zendaya was doing a good job.
I like him better in the Russo movies than I do in his own movies. Russo's just seem to make characters better. Yeah. I don't know what they do, but they did the best Hawkeye. They did the best Strange.
They took what Whedon started and then just fucking did better.
Yeah, I was going to say, I felt like they took his great, I feel like they took his great groundwork and built the house on top of it. You know, it's nobody got in their way like with Age of Ultron, where that movie is just a huge mess of bullshit.
That had sequelitis on top of fucking on top of studio interference, on top of fucking a director who's all pissed off and doesn't care about it. It's like, it's
so funny. I remember when I was listening to the soundtrack, I was just like, this sounds like Danny Elfman in the movie, and I saw his name on it, and I was like, oh, that explains a lot. Like, I like Danny Elfman. His Batman soundtrack is phenomenal. The work he does with Tim Burton is amazing. But everything else, it's like he's the guy you get when you don't know what else to do.
Yeah.
When you're just trying to scramble to get it all out there real fast.
Yeah. But you know what isn't in limbo or white incel fanboy properties? The Star Wars.
No.
It's just angry dumbasses that are enjoying
It's just
that.
people that are never happy and mad about everything.
True. No more Star Wars internet related things. So for me, other than this podcast that I create. So I control the narrative.
I am God.
Yes. I'm excited. It's getting to the point. Once it starts getting a little cold outside, I can start getting excited about Star Wars again.
Yep.
Mandalorian, super pumped. Whatever the fuck they're gonna do with this next movie, I'm getting very, very intrigued. Very intrigued.
You call it intrigued. I call it anxious.
Oh, it could be bad.
But that's what happens to me every time. You've seen me. We go in and I'm just like, what if it sucks?
Oh, no, for sure. That's the thing though. You gotta deal with that anxiety because what if it sucks? A lot of people thought the last one sucked, and they let that ruin everything for them instead of just being like, it's a bad movie.
Yeah.
Like
they thought it sucked so bad, they say that Solo was a good movie.
Yes, no, and that's the hard one. To just be like, I'm going to spite this movie by saying this one is better.
I know.
And Solo, talk about a movie I don't think of or watch ever.
I know. It's
Rogue
so
One,
funny because
I've seen 5 times more Rogue One than I have Solo, and I hate Rogue One.
I've watched Solo twice, and I've seen Rogue One at least 3 times, 3 or 4 times, and it's like. We were talking about it when we watched it the second time. You and I watched it. We were just
that was the second time I watched it. Yeah.
We were just like, dude, you just throw this on in the background and you wait for the spaceship fight while you're doing other things.
Yep.
Because everything else about that movie is
agreed. But again, like I said, you just got to deal with that anxiety. Because what if it sucks? Bummer. But whatever.
I'm interested to see
this one has the most potential
they're gonna do going forward from whatever Rian Johnson was trying to do.
True. That's what I mean. This one has the most potential to suck because JJ has to do something original.
Yeah.
He can't borrow from Return of the Jedi because they already did it in the last one.
I know.
So Ryan, I think Rian Johnson's genius. He's really, really, really bad at doing like logical plot devices,
having continuity.
Yeah, exactly. But he's like, fuck you. I have nowhere to go with this, so I'm just going to do what I want to do with the characters and make sure that I like. He basically did what Joss Whedon was trying to do with Age of Ultron, but he got away with it.
See, I think he was trying to do what Joss Whedon was trying to do with Justice League, which was make everything that happened before it not matter at all.
Right. No, because
we never said that.
Yeah,
Superman's not a dick. Look, he's smiling at little children.
He was trying to, because with Age of Ultron, he was trying to get Spider-Man in. He was trying to do this. He was trying to do that. He was making sure they couldn't even get Avengers Assemble on fucking audio because they were trying to pull that into the movie.
Yep.
And then...
going out of his way.
Yeah. And he was just like, no. I'm not going to let you guys set up a third movie where we have a big confrontation with this guy and we do that. We're not going to stretch out this familial thing. Like... it's disappointing in its execution a lot of the time.
Yeah,
but
but
I
the
am
concept
so
is there.
glad that it wasn't like, is she a Skywalker? Which they might undo. Is she a Skywalker? Is he this? Are they gonna be
No,
friends?
yeah,
Or is Snoke a really good bad guy? And I'm just like,
or a
no.
really bad good guy.
And he's like, nah, fuck all this shit. I want to focus on these characters and do something fun with them. And then everybody hated it. And then, which I don't. And then, because I actually like the new characters, I don't like need Luke Skywalker to entertain me.
No. Well, that was why I liked my favorite bits of everything with Luke, Rey, and Kylo were Rey and Kylo, but I liked what they did with Luke this time around. Yeah. You got an advanced character. Like Luke had gone in a totally different direction than he was supposed to go, and Han was still more of the same dude because Han was never going to change.
Yes.
Ever. That was the whole message, which Han was never going to change.
But they literally say there's a line of dialogue between Leia and him that they went back. Whatever. It doesn't matter.
Yeah. Here we are again. I think they said, yeah.
And I'm sure I've made this comparison before. A lot of people hated this Harry Potter play because like
it wasn't what they wanted.
Harry Potter was like a real human being who wasn't just a super awesome like prodigy child anymore. Yeah. Like he didn't know how to be a father very well and fucked up a lot. Yeah. And people were like, that's stupid. It was like the same kind of arguments I was hearing.
Yeah, he was a great kid. He would totally be
He always wanted a parent. Yeah. It's ridiculous. So,
well, when your father figure tried to murder you.
So I always heard, I've been hearing like, oh, you know, he was subverting expectations just for the sake of it. Like it was a surprise. I think he was intentionally trying to be like, we're not going to go down the same path. Mm-hmm. Like, and I'm going to make sure of it. Mm-hmm. And I think it was to the detriment of the film in a couple of areas because he let some characters go and do nothing for a while.
For the most of the whole movie. They literally go on a quest that has no point.
It's been a while since I've seen it, and it was like on the other day somewhere. Yeah. And it was the point where Rose Tico says, "I saved you, dummy." And I was like, "Oh my god, I forgot that this movie keeps going past the kamikaze shot." And then I'm like, "Ooh, it's bad."
Yeah. But then good stuff happens after that. Like I like the way the movie actually
ends.
It's
a fucking bag.
I like the way the movie actually ends with like, you know, the rebellion.
We're retreading all of this to get to this point. They can do fucking anything with this next movie, and that's very exciting. But also,
very, very scary.
But also, there was nothing set up to lead into anything, so it could be.
I think the only thing that was set up was Kylo's the one in charge.
Yes, that's the only thing that was set up, and that they're a ragtag group
which is the Rise of Skywalker.
Yeah.
Sorry, everybody. Rey doesn't fucking matter.
No. Which is
but she
fun.
does. Like that's the thing. Is like just because she's not a Skywalker doesn't mean she's not fucking important. She's just not a fucking Skywalker.
People just missed the themes of the movie. They were too dragged down with the things they were angry about, which is
Rose
fine.
Tico.
Most of the time we ever talk about the movie, it's talking shit about it. And I honestly really, really I borderline love that movie.
Yeah.
But this next one, I'm just like, God, what the hell are they going to do?
Yeah, it's scary for me because I'm just like, I have no idea what the fuck is going to happen with this movie.
Yeah. And that's exciting. And think about it. Any other one that they make
plus
after
Oscar Isaac said in an interview that it has a very loose script. And I was just like, no.
But but when it comes to JJ, like you should see all the shit they pulled out of fucking, Force Awakens. Like there's all sorts of shit going on in that.
Yeah, there's a bunch of
they made a complete, like the end of the movie it was like mishmashed together. It was weird. Yeah, I don't know.
Well, because Poe wasn't even supposed to be in the rest of the fucking movie. Yep. He just was supposed to die, and it's why he's gone for the rest of the movie because he was dead.
Weird editing. You can always tell when people are taking off and putting on jackets.
Yeah,
for continuity. Anyway.
Like we were talking about that with Hobbs and Shaw, where there's a whole scene dedicated to Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson putting his shirt back on
because they had done all of the
was
CGI scenes with the jacket, or the shirt. Anyway, I guess I just wanted to say I'm thinking about Star Wars some more, and I'm excited to watch it. let's move on to the movies that we've actually seen.
Surprise ending. Ryan's thinking about Star Wars.
True. I do that every now and again.
Once in a while. He has been known.
Let's talk about the movies we've actually seen, but give me a second.
No.
Yeah, I think about it. I think about Star Wars sometimes. That's what I do.
You are known.
Josh, you want to talk about some movies we have seen?
No.
I kind of do.
I do too.
I kind of do.
I know you want to talk about one in particular.
Rocketman.
Yeah.
I thought it was okay.
Okay.
I didn't
see it. I had no desire to watch it.
I didn't really like it. It was a very lazy by the book biopic.
Oh, so it was a biopic.
Yeah, no, for sure. But even lazier, I feel like.
Really?
Sometimes they can create some good like time, like period correct sets and stuff like that.
Once Upon a Time in Hollywood, Nice Guys.
Yeah, things like that. They didn't even bother. Like everything is on a fake looking soundstage. Everything's lit a certain way. Sparse in the extras department, which is always weird. I don't understand.
Like they spent more money on buying enough green screen than they did.
Yeah, they even went out of their way during the credits and at the end to show like pictures mixed with like shots from the movie. And they show him playing at Dodger Stadium. And then they show the shot from the movie. I'm like, they don't look anything alike because they just CGI'd in the crowd and they could have. It doesn't get any fucking easier to go to a period correct location than Dodger Stadium.
No.
It hasn't changed
No.
since they built it.
It's one of the last remaining original stadiums. It's like them, Wrigley Field, and there's I think the Yankees.
No, they're at a new stadium.
Yankees is a new stadium, yeah.
So, they like you telling me you couldn't get a few extras to get on the field and then fucking shoot a couple scenes at Dodger Stadium. Like they even for that stupid Bohemian Rhapsody movie, like had big actual concert.
Oh yeah,
sets.
yeah. They redid Live Aid. Was it Live Aid?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And they like redid that shit.
Yeah.
And that was like a big part of the movie. Like say what you will about the movie, they weren't lazy.
Yeah.
It was just bad. It was a lazy fucking movie. And, I like Elton John, and I think that...
I thought Rami Malek was good in that movie.
And the same thing here, that Taron Egerton did a really good job.
The Kingsman.
I think when we were talking about it, I said Jon Snow on accident. I meant Robb Stark. Have you ever heard Robb Stark's real accent?
Yeah, he's got a
drives me
Scottish
nuts.
accent. Yeah.
So that's not a critique on the movie, but it drives me nuts.
Yeah.
But they had a very intense sex scene. It was hot. I don't know.
Jesus. He's kind of got the marble mouth going.
Yeah, and few good performances and some interesting stuff. But like, they unintentionally glorify drug use because they do intentionally in ways as well, but unintentionally, as soon as somebody gets clean in a biopic, the movie's over.
Oh yeah.
Nobody wants to watch what some boring sober guy did.
That's the end of the arc every time.
Now
all those movies are just like they had a terrible childhood and then they found music and they were a success, but then they got on the drugs and they were oh man, I was so high all the time. Well, now I'm clean and sober. Credits. Meanwhile, there's like a 30-year span of their career left.
Yeah. And I don't know, it was fucking, dude, no. I borderline.
But that's the thing with Hollywood. That's
it.
the thing with Hollywood. Like a film where like drug addiction is depicted properly is so rare. There's a movie, I think I talked about it once, Jesus' Son, where it's like, it's not glorified, but it's not like demonized either. Billy Crudup's character just struggles with a heroin addiction.
A Star is Born, I think, did it very, very well, where it was just kind of like, sometimes he's a big drunk idiot. They went a little comical one time with it. Yeah. Like he pissed his pants on stage or something like that.
Yeah.
They went a little comical with it once, but like, just sometimes you don't know if he's all fucked up, and sometimes he passes out, and sometimes he hasn't drank, and he's got that like look. Like it was spot on for people that I know who are alcoholics. I was like, damn. But this movie had a comical Bryce Dallas Howard. And I understand what they were doing with this movie. They were going for surrealism a lot of the time. Everything was kind of over the top on purpose, and they made you know.
He's got rocket shoes.
Yeah. And they make you know that.
Yeah.
Or they let you know that, rather. But Bryce Dallas Howard, it was like almost, it was almost
over the top.
Like satire almost, where it's just like, you'll never be loved. Oh. And I'm like, oh my God, this is real life. Like she acts. And I understand from his point of view, maybe that's how it's supposed to seem.
Yeah.
I guess the arc with the dad was a little bit better. I don't know. It's his life. Supposedly, allegedly.
Yeah, but they always take their liberties with that kind of shit. Where
I don't know what his involvement
either
with it was.
Like some of the serious moments are underplayed, and then some of the other moments are just like over the top, dude.
Yeah.
That's why I didn't like I Walk the Line. I didn't like Ray. I don't like most musician biopics.
Yeah.
Like in general, like biopics, I'm not a big fan of anyway. First Man is probably the one I enjoy the most because it's an excellent fucking film. It was in my top 5 for God's sakes.
It was the biggest surprise of the night.
Yeah, I fucking loved that movie. I don't know why that surprises a lot of people, because I was just like, I didn't talk trash about it on the podcast.
And Damien Chazelle makes my favorite movies. So.
Damien Chazelle's a great movie maker.
Yeah.
But no, like musician biopics in particular, because there was a formula established, I want to say along the time that they did the Jim Morrison one, and they've all followed that suit where, like we just described it, where, you know, like they have a terrible childhood, they find music, then they find the drugs, and then the movie's over when they get sober.
Yeah.
That's what happens every fucking movie.
Yeah. Yeah. Agreed. So, I don't
know. That was why I didn't watch it.
No, for sure.
I had no desire to see it.
And it's like, yeah, I don't know. He did an okay job with a lot of the songs. Like, they were fine.
Did he sing himself?
Yeah. They were all, yeah. If you try to listen to Elton John on fucking Spotify now, you're gonna get a whole album of just fucking Taron Egerton doing.
Yeah, that happened with fucking
with Queen.
With Queen, yeah, fucking. It was all just Rami Malek, and I was like, I don't want to listen to. I don't want to listen to that. Yeah, I want to listen to Freddie Mercury.
I want to listen to Elton John sing Benny and the Jets.
Yes, exactly. I want to listen.
Benny. You know what? The only one they didn't do though was Saturday. No, they did.
They did.
He did.
Oh yeah, that's like our favorite.
It was one of the first ones they went into, and I was like, this might be okay.
Saturday night arrival.
Benny.
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 Benny. In the jets. That's how it goes.
It is.
I could play Elton John.
True. I don't know. Watch it or no, it doesn't matter. It's not. I mean, people are gonna like it. I wanted more.
God damn it!
I wanted more.
Well, you're a huge Elton John fan.
Yeah,
which I did not know until recently. Like, you were always singing Elton John songs, but I thought it was like me and Rod Stewart. Rod Stewart songs just get stuck in my fucking head. Like, I'm like, Maggie, I got something, just fucking walking around singing Rod Stewart songs. I thought it was the same thing with you. I don't like Rod Stewart, but his songs are always stuck in my fucking head. No, you were just like, no, I love Elton John. Yeah. And I was like, what?
I love Elton John, man.
I was surprised. Not that I think Elton John is bad. Elton John's amazing.
It's just,
but it was. I was just like, really? Okay.
The guy was rocking in the late 60s.
So. Yeah, I mean, because we've always talked about like Queen, AC/DC, Creedence Clearwater Revival, all that stuff. And then you were just like, no, I love Elton John. And I was like, what the fuck?
Yeah, the guy's had a long career.
That'd be like
phases.
Oh, yeah, dude.
Phases in his music.
He's changed so much over the years, and it's never been bad.
No, but so like certain things, but that's here nor there. Let's move on to the next movie because I'm done talking about it.
It's good. Actually, I didn't see it.
Yeah, and it actually kind of made me mad. Like you're just pointing out reasons for me to be mad.
I'm sorry.
So
shit. I'm a terrible co-host. So, I'll submit my resignation.
I do not accept because you're fired.
You can't quit. You're fired.
Shh. My whole world was actually turned upside down in a couple days. Starting with that movie, one that I had heard from a lot of people was pretty good. And it's not pretty good. It's just not the worst. And then we watched a movie that I heard was the fucking worst.
Universally panned.
Yeah. And guess what?
Yeah, by critics or fans?
Both.
Both. Okay.
Both.
Well, I kind of get what they're saying at certain part. Okay, we're talking about X-Men Dark Phoenix.
Yes.
Rise of the Dark Phoenix?
No, it's...
Oop, I just whistled there.
Whoa,
really loud.
I heard that. No, just Dark Phoenix.
Just Dark Phoenix. Okay, yeah. X-Men Dark Phoenix. We're talking about X-Men Dark Phoenix. Chief complaint, fucking Sophie Turner.
Okay.
She has a terrible American accent.
Yeah. Oh.
Someone really needs to work with her on that.
When I know that, though, I'm kind of just like, eh.
Yeah. Well, it's just weird because you hear James McAvoy, and if you've ever heard James McAvoy, he's got a real thick Scottish accent, and he does every accent that he does other than, you know, his normal voice really well. Like his American's great, his English is fantastic. I love him as Professor X. Him and Michael Fassbender have been consistently my favorite parts of these new X-Men films.
I'm not trying to put her down, but at the same time, it's like
I'm just joking.
The dude's had a lot more time to work on that shit than she has.
I think this is the
she's
first
like
movie. I was going to say, I think
old.
this is the first thing she's done outside of Game of Thrones, where she's been able to be like herself the whole time, have a British accent, you know. And now they threw her in this, and like, oh, by the way, you're American. You have 3 weeks to try learning
figure it out.
American English.
What? Shooting a show is very strenuous. We don't care.
Yeah, exactly. Oh, you're out of the country for most of the year.
Yeah.
Who cares?
Yeah, whatever. Have fun in Iceland, bitch. Greenland.
Is it Greenland?
Mm-hmm.
I know it's like it's Wales.
Yeah, they shoot some of it in Wales, but I think they go to Greenland.
I know they go to Greenland for everything north of the wall. Mm. But I don't know what they do for all this stuff.
Northern Ireland and Wales and shit. I don't know.
Yeah.
We're not experts on Game of Thrones. It's over. Who cares? Best drama, by the way. They got the honorary. It's the last season of your show. You get
best
the
drama.
Emmy. Yeah. And people were like, "What are you talking about?" I was like, "Breaking Bad," which I know they've won before, and so has Game of Thrones. But remember the last season of The Americans, a show that nobody cared about. They're like, "You win now."
Yeah.
That's what they do.
Mad Men.
The Emmys is. Oh, television. Let's continue on with Dark Phoenix.
Should see him. He's getting all red in the face. Steam.
You want me to talk about New Amsterdam, Josh, before we start on this?
Please, no.
Let's talk about New Amsterdam.
No, let's not talk about
let's talk about
terrible
New Amsterdam.
show. We were going to talk about X-Men Dark Phoenix.
New Amsterdam.
The last in the X-Men series.
Yeah, it's the last of the modern. You know they're going to make more X-Men.
Oh, of course. Now that Disney owns it, of course, we're going to get a reboot.
Yeah, but the last of this Fox-owned stretch.
Yeah. I'm pretty sure the last Fox Mutant movie, because New Mutants is never coming out.
And I'm sure I think it's officially gone.
Yeah. Speaking of Game of Thrones stars, Maisie Williams was real pissed about that.
Yeah, it's a bummer.
Well, dude,
they were gonna make it like a new, like they were following in the footsteps what they did with Logan. And they're like, let's make a horror movie.
Yeah, let's make a horror movie.
That'll be cool.
I was just kind of like, I don't remember the Ghost Bear arc being that scary. This looks like a Haunted Mansion story. I don't know what's going on, but like I was looking forward to it because like it was gonna have Cannonball in it, and I fucking love Cannonball. Sam Guthrie's my boy. I got chipped, man.
Yeah, I'm sure it's gone. There's no way.
It'll be like a Fantastic Four thing where like it's suddenly released on DVD, like a direct to DVD kind of thing, like they did with the original Fantastic Four film. Yeah. Maybe you're gonna find bootleg copies of it at like Frankensons and stuff.
That'd be funny.
That'd be dope. I'd buy it. Give it a look.
I'm sure we've talked about this before because we talk about the X-Men all the fucking time, but I actually was somewhat of a fan of the original movies back in the day.
Oh yeah,
I remember watching them a lot.
2 was a solid flick.
I don't recall.
The mythos.
When I go back to my when I was a child, I don't like to be like, oh, I thought they were really good. Like you make that mistake a lot. That's why we do classic catch up.
I've made that mistake one time.
I'm just saying. I don't want to say something and then regret it.
One time.
So I'm going to count from like X-Men Days or First Class, which I never watched.
It's all right.
To this one. And I think Days of Future Past and this fucking movie is probably my second favorite. I'm not counting Logan because we all know how we feel about Logan.
Logan is so far and above the rest The rest of those movies.
Yeah, it's not an X-Men movie.
No. That's just a badass movie, dude. That's just such a great movie.
But apparently everybody fucking hates this.
Everybody fucking hates it. And
I'm like, did they watch Apocalypse?
that's what I felt. I think I said that after the end. I was like, did no one see Apocalypse?
Yeah.
Like that was it's very rushed.
Do you think...
But it's not Apocalypse where it's just stupid. It's so Apocalypse is the worst X-Men movie since Origins.
Yeah. Not in a slightly different way.
Yeah, oh, in a totally different way.
Still,
it's not
you're not wrong.
No, it's not as bad as The Last Stand or Origins, but it's definitely like 3 out of the 3 worst X-Men films.
Yeah. And it has its moments where those other films don't.
No, yeah. There's tons of great moments. Everything with Magneto in that movie was great. Charles was, again, like I said, McAvoy and Fassbender are the best.
They carry the fucking movies.
They're the best. The kids fall far short in that movie.
Yeah, and they do better in this one.
They're better in this one. That was one of the things I said to you.
Dude, are we forgetting that fucking Dazzler was in this?
Oh, God.
Dazzler. I don't know if you guys know this.
X-Men.
You guys do know this because we read it.
Me read it.
Because we read it.
Yeah,
but
you made me read it.
Little did we know Dazzler was going to be more relevant than ever. I got to finish it. I got to finish it before she's gone forever, that beautiful angel. Which I feel bad for her because she's like, oh, we're having a party? They're like, yeah, sing, bitch.
Yeah,
we're hanging out.
Get out there.
We're drinking Fireball.
Yeah. She's doing the light. She's doing the light show with her powers too, though. It's so funny because like,
but what is everybody else doing? They're just drinking Fireball.
Yeah, dude. She loves singing. She was a pop star before. She was a disco star before that, and then she became a pop star in the 80s.
Okay.
And that when she first premiered in the
this
late
was in
70s,
the 90s.
The timelines don't matter in X-Men movies, dude. Fucking the whole First Class.
Was she only a pop star because because the record companies thought of all of the money they could save by not having
pyrotechnics?
Yeah, or anything like that.
No.
Did her and Jubilee ever get together?
No.
What?
No.
There's no Jubilee Dazzler team up.
No, but
I know what the next fanfic is. I know what the next fanfic's gonna be. You're welcome, all the Dazzler fans out there. Me keeping it going because apparently Marvel doesn't care. Can you go ahead and tell me?
Do you want me to answer?
Yeah, answer them.
Yeah,
answer the question.
You fucking dick. No, they were on the team at one point at the same time. I think.
Okay.
I think Dazzler. I think that.
What does Dazzler do on the team?
She used to be.
I thought she was just a side character that they would say hi to.
What? No.
What is her? What does she do?
She creates light.
What does that help? How does that help the X-Men?
You can fucking buy.
If they took her up on that rocket ship in Dark Phoenix, what was she gonna do?
Okay.
Actually, why did they take most of the people up there? Okay, Josh.
I'm gonna continue now.
Tell me.
It's so funny.
It's
so funny. You're just like, yeah, we're gonna talk about X-Men, dude. You do you, and I'll just sit there and listen.
The problem is that I've grown since those times.
You haven't grown. You have not read a single X-Men comic.
I'm an X-Men fan now. I know things. I write fan fiction. What's the last fanfic you wrote?
Ryan, you wrote a fanfic about one character you saw 2 movies for, and one you'd never heard of, but heard mentioned on something.
It's true. I never.
And now she's your favorite character.
Just saying.
No, Dazzler creates light. And, fucking in a combat situation, it's useful because you can blind your enemies and whatnot. But no, she was relatively fucking useless. That's why she took off to space with Longshot for forever and dwelt in obscurity.
What creative things did they do? Can you remember any other than blinding the enemy?
The light shows.
Distraction.
Yeah, a lot of that. I think she would superheat things too using the light.
Oh, okay. Oh, she get a magnifying glass and burn a bug.
This is why she disappeared to space with Longshot, whose great power was he was really lucky.
Oh, I mean, that's a good power.
It's not a good power. Luck's not a thing.
What? I saw that Deadpool too.
Okay, this is different. That was Domino. Domino's badass.
Oh, God.
Because
Okay. we're talking about Dark Phoenix. In case we forgot.
No, yeah.
So Apocalypse, bad. Dark Phoenix, apparently the worst. We watched it. It starts off rough. Not even rough. It just starts off boring.
Oh, Dark Phoenix?
Yeah.
Dark Phoenix, for the first half of that movie.
What were you talking?
I paused, Dark Phoenix, for the first half of that movie, I was just like, this is why everyone hates this fucking movie. This is terrible.
Oh, see, I was
so bored.
Yeah.
I have to do anything else. And then, like, at one point, I looked at you and you were just like, in its defense, apparently the last half is where it gets really bad. And I was like, it gets fucking worse than this?
That's what I had heard. And no, when I was...
And I thought it got better.
I'm kind of opposite of you. I thought it was bad, but, like, in the first half, I was like, yeah, this is kind of slow and kind of dumb, but, like... You know how I get with the X-Men. I get like all intrigued and shit.
Oh, yeah.
And I'm like super into what they're doing with fucking Xavier. And I'm like, oh my God, he's a piece of shit.
Oh, yeah. No, that was good. That was good. But like, I'm talking about the beginning of the movie when it's just everything with Mystique.
Yeah.
She has been the worst character since the first movie.
They were like setting her up as departing the fucking franchise when this was going to be the last movie.
I know. That was what was super funny.
It was such a waste of time.
This is the last movie, Jenny. You're fine.
Yeah, relax.
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't know. Like, I forgot about all that stuff because I was so intrigued with it. And I was like, oh, this isn't very good. And oh, this isn't great. And I'm like, oh, apparently it gets worse. And then it just got better.
I thought it got way better.
Yeah.
I get a lot of the complaints because the biggest problem with the movie is Jean.
Mm-hmm.
And it's what I said when we watched the end of Apocalypse, which was really funny because she uses her Phoenix powers at the end of Apocalypse.
Yeah, none of it makes any sense.
And, but then she doesn't have her Phoenix powers till she gets them in the beginning of this movie. Stupid.
We watch her get her and just so you know, they do flash the years. This is after Apocalypse.
Yeah.
But, no, of course it is because he's bald.
Yeah.
I forgot he lost his hair.
Yeah, remember that was the big reveal was bald Xavier.
Shit, son. Dude, these movies are good. I need to watch First Class, Days of Future Past, Apocalypse, and this all in one day.
Dude, I'll do it.
That'd be sick.
That sounds kind of fun.
Does
I'll
sound
totally
fun.
do it. But anyway, the problem is Jean because she's barely a side character in Apocalypse.
Yeah.
She's treated as
Deus
just
Ex
the
Machina.
girl that makes Scott comfortable at the school. And that's it. She has no character at all. And then in this one,
she likes Fireball.
Yeah. And then in this one, they introduce her as this super important character with all this backstory that they try to cram into her at the beginning. The problem is that they barely introduce her in the last movie, in Apocalypse. She's just there to make Scott feel comfortable at the school. They don't go into her as a person really at all. She's just like, oh, I've always been here. And then at the end of the movie, she has her Phoenix powers, which she doesn't have in Dark Phoenix.
We watch her gain them, but this is after the events of Apocalypse.
Yeah, where she uses him and Charles knows she has them.
No. Hang on a minute.
Charles says use your powers.
I don't want to be a fucking stickler, but
because of the CinemaSins things.
But no, what happened? No. No, I'm being a stickler towards what you're saying. Okay. She has her Phoenix powers. Remember, she absorbed some sort of fucking other power that this stupid other alien wanted to take from her, which she then gives her and she can't handle and she explodes, and then she becomes a Phoenix afterward.
This is the next problem.
Inconsistency. And also, what the hell was the thing that got her? They don't explain it.
They don't explain it at all. It's the Phoenix Force.
Okay.
Which was a like cosmic space entity, Star Trek kind of thing, where it's a floating gas, entity thing. Travels around the universe.
So they're saying they're separate, but they are the same.
They're the same thing.
It's when it works for the plot, whether it's the same thing or not.
Exactly. I feel like at the end of Apocalypse, they probably thought that was going to be the last one. So then they did, and then they did this one, and they're just like, we're going to do Phoenix.
This is why I was thinking about Dark Knight Rises, the ending of this. This has a Dark Knight Rises stupid ending.
Oh, it does. Except it's better.
It is better.
It's way better.
But the fact that nobody sees this gigantic phoenix bird in the sky in the middle of wherever the hell they were, I don't even remember.
I think he went home to London.
London. Anyway.
Jolly London
Oh,
town.
foggy.
Bugger.
Yeah, no, she is the main problem.
Yeah, because
and
they try to
the
shove all
driving
this,
force of the entire movie.
because they try to shove all this backstory and character development into the film for Jean, and it bogs down so much of the movie because it's like now we're learning about it. And this is why I've always said that they should, when they called the first of these like reboots First Class, they should have just started with the First Class. Scott, Jean, Hank, Bobby, and Warren. It would have made sense because you would have had 3 movies before this to establish these characters and their ups and downs and everything like that. It would have been really cool to see that, consistent progression. Instead, you just get an ageless Hank and an ageless Professor Xavier. But and that's the big problem. That's the biggest problem is like you have to shove all this Jean story in that was the problem with.
Yeah, no, exactly. Why make this the Jean movie when you didn't set up Jean
at all?
Yeah. I agree.
That's the biggest. That is my only gripe with the movie. I liked everything else about the movie. I really enjoyed this movie. I
fucking agree because let's get into things we do like. So, fucking shit, dude. They actually have, and even though it's like on a backlot, they have the best of all the movies, I think. Fucking, we're superheroes, legitimate superheroes with superpowers, and we're fucking fighting and doing things that are very specific to our powers.
Yeah, are you talking about the fight in front of the hotel?
Yeah.
Oh, dude, that was great, dude.
It's great shit.
Dude, yes. I 100% agree with you. And leading from that,
we have Avengers movies where every character in the world is there, and for whatever reason, I don't know what it is. It's like who can punch what harder, and then sometimes a character who has some sort of unique qualifier does something cool, like Ant-Man. Most of the time, Ant-Man.
Every time Ant-Man, dude.
But in this one, it's like, no. I can just freeze things, so I can't just go and punch a guy.
Infinity War, Strange and Spider-Man were the best team up in that whole thing. With when he's doing the portals and everything, Strange and Spider-Man had the best showing.
I'm talking more Civil War.
I get you.
I'm talking more.
I know what you mean.
Fucking not Infinity War, but Endgame.
Yeah. Well, dude, not since the first Avengers has everybody been able to do what they're supposed to do. Like Hawkeye's up on the perch, Black Widow's pew-pewing, Hulk smashing, Thor's hitting stuff with his hammer, teaming up with They have that great flyby shot of Iron Man and Cap working in tandem when he fucking bounces the laser off the shield. Cap's throwing the shield, Thor's throwing the hammer. That's a beautiful part. But no, I agree with you 100%. You got Nightcrawler jumping around and teleporting all over the place. You got Beast being Beast. You got Cyclops, pew, pew, out of his eyes, which was awesome.
Yep.
I've waited, I don't know how many
you have
movies
them just
to see Cyclops doing something.
And then you just have Xavier like, wheel me. And you're like, okay.
Storm, push me around.
Yeah. Cool. And then Storm does end up doing something cool in the train, I think.
Storm does a lot of cool shit on the train. She sucked for the first half of the movie.
Yeah.
Jesus, what the hell happened there?
No,
for the first half of the movie.
This is what I was talking about. Like, why did they take half these people to space for fun?
Yeah.
Like, they really needed Nightcrawler.
Yeah, they needed Nightcrawler.
And that was it.
That would have been
He was the only one who did anything.
That would have been that whole... Well, they needed Cyclops, too.
Yes, true.
They needed Nightcrawler the most. That would have been that whole strike team. Would have been Nightcrawler, probably Hank or Beast or
people
Mystique.
to oversee it. But
yeah.
But the fact that they took, like...
Jean would have been probably necessary to hold the ship together.
Yeah.
Storm didn't need to be there.
Storm didn't need
and
to be
that was
there.
the thing that sucked, was Storm was unnecessary for 90% of the movie. They have never done Storm justice, and Storm is one of my favorite X-Men characters. And it's funny because with the Marvel movies and the Marvel comics, they've been trying to find their strong female feminist character that's going to appeal to the ladies and stuff. Female nerds picked their
Jubilee.
Female nerds picked.
Oh, sorry. God damn it, Dazzler. Why did I say Jubilee? Dazzler.
Because they're the same fucking character.
Storm.
They picked Storm fucking years ago. She was the first black woman in comics. She led the fucking team for a while. Storm is super important, and they sideline her all the time in the movies, and it sucks because she's awesome. Storm's one of my favorites. And it's just funny because they're like, Captain Marvel's our girl, and they try to shove her down everybody's throats, and everybody's like, no, we already picked one. It was Storm.
Yeah.
You couldn't do that in the movies because of, the rights and everything, but even in the comics, they do it all the time.
Yeah, it is funny though, because I mean, I don't want to get into it, but it's like, there already was this person here ripe for the picking, and they're like, Captain fucking Marvel. And
it's just that's not my real gripe. My gripe is that they've never done Storm any justice. I was so happy in this movie that we finally got Scott being Scott. We finally got Cyclops. I was so happy, dude. He's a good boy, and he tries to do the right thing and follow Xavier's dream and everything, no matter if Charles is wrong or not.
Yep. I liked the fact that like Charles was just such a fucking asshole. I was just gonna bring that up. And that Eric and fucking Beast and everybody was kind of convinced, like, God, dude, like he has just gone too far. And then he has his rousing speech, and you find out that like, I did bad, but it was for good. And then she's like, all right, fine, I'll be good. And I was like, no, he can't get away with this. Well, see, that was the shit that was killing me at the beginning, where I was just like, they have the X phone. Like, I was just like, this is so stupid. Was the best, dude. So bad. That's why I like the X-Men, because it's superhero goofiness. That's not what the X-Men is. No. What I know is the X-Men. Okay. It's goofy bullshit. Where he's just like, let me tell you what, dude, they've never had an X phone. No, I think it was like fucking Clinton. I don't even know who it was. I don't even know who the president was supposed to be, because remember, it was Nixon. I think it was supposed to be, and this is like inside baseball here, I think it was supposed to be Senator Kelly from the comic books. Whatever. But it's weird that they would do that, because in Days of Future Past, like, it was actually Nixon. Yeah. Doesn't matter. I know. You'd think they would have gotten a guy to be like Clinton. Bush. It would have been Bush Senior, or would it have been Clinton? It would have been Bush Senior, I think. Okay. Because it was what, 93, 94? Yeah, I don't remember. It would have been Bush Senior. It was in the early 90s. It would have been Bush Senior. It would have been Bush Senior. You're right. So, anyway, I just like that. Like, we need to bring in the X-Men on this. And he's just like, I will protect my presidential contacts with my life. Oh, my God. And I'm like, dude, Charles, you're so stupid. I was like, this is fucking terrible. And Mystique is just like, dude, you're kind of a dumbass. And he's like, I think things are fine. And she's just like, yeah, but you're like sending children to space for no reason. I don't know. And I'm like, it's so funny. It was just like, I feel like, I was like, where are you coming from? Because like, she's just like, doesn't want to be there. Exactly. Like, that's the thing, where I was just like, God, if you were anybody but the character that you are and the person you are, I would like this a little bit more. Yeah. Because like later on, when Beast and him are having the talk in the kitchen, it was beautiful. Yeah. Oh yeah. And it's taken, it's almost taken word for word out of the comics, if I remember right, because it's a conversation when Cyclops finds out about all the bullshit that Xavier did to make the team what the team was. He's just like, get the fuck out. And basically, he kicked him out of the house. Like, Xavier's revealed to be a piece of shit in the comics, and Cyclops kicks him out, takes over the whole thing, and becomes the headmaster. And in this one, they kind of because they got a younger Scott, they did it with Hank instead, which I thought was pretty cool. I liked it. Dude. And then Hank goes and finds Eric, and that was cool. That was awesome. And I liked what they did, the twist they did on the Genosha Island, because Genosha's in the comics and it's just a hellhole, dude. It's the worst. They were creating their own mutants at one point in time, and it's just, Eric got there, established it as his own country, kind of set up a mutant utopia. If I remember right, it all went south because he was just like, oh yeah, I forgot I'm super evil. Yeah. And then like went on a rampage. But he's like learned his lesson, and yeah. Oh, dude, and that was the other thing that I loved the most, was in this movie they did what they've never really stuck to their guns on in the comics or even in any of the other movies, where Eric is done. Yep. He had actually learned his lesson from the last one. The only reason he comes out is because he finds out that, what went down. So he's just like, fine, I'm going to kill her. Yeah, and it's and just, then was like, I guess it's going against all the things that I told her. Yeah, exactly. I think I kind of lied,
But yeah, no, I loved that he had like learned his lesson and was just like happy on his island.
None of it is great. All of it is so surface level, but it all works very well.
It works very well.
Like, and it's
it all comes
superhero-y.
together really good. Yes, it's very super
And dramatic.
Yeah,
Like,
There-
there's a little bit of melodrama involved with the whole thing. And like, I
That's
just
the
like
best.
that.
That's the
like,
best.
it has a different feel from Marvel's other bullshit. And it doesn't have that stupid feel of all of DC shit. Like, it's its own thing. And that's what I've loved about it for all
See,
this
that was
time.
why I didn't like the beginning of the movie, because I was like, this is DC bullshit. This is Sam Raimi Spider-Man, which I'm not looking at the ruby tinted glasses at the early Spider-Man movies where I'm just like, they got an X-Men phone. Come on. That's Adam West's thing, dude. Nobody steals from Adam West. Oh my God. We should put the Bruce Wayne on the phone with Batman.
Put the phones together.
Maybe they can talk to each other.
Batman, hello. Well, you must do what you think is right, of course.
I think we talked about the 1964 Batman, didn't we?
Yeah, it's one of my it's my second favorite.
I was gonna say, did we talk about it on the about it on the podcast?
Mm-hmm.
All right, yeah, dude. If you've never seen it, again, we're both telling you, watch that movie.
Mm-hmm.
It is one of the greatest comedies I've ever seen.
It is way ahead of its time.
It is so far ahead of its time. If you're a fan of like Airplane or the Lethal Weapons, the
Naked Gun.
Thank you, God, Naked Gun, Lethal Weapon.
I was like waiting, and I was like, he's not gonna get it.
Yeah, I was like, I'm done. Yeah, Naked Gun. You'll definitely love the Batman film. Adam West is sublime in that movie.
Oh yeah,
it's such a great film.
Ripperoni.
Yeah,
Press F
for sure.
Etc. So disrespectful. Don't care.
Jesus. No, back to X-Men. It's a good movie.
Yeah, that's the thing. What are they comparing it against?
Logan.
Like, is that what happened, or was this? I was thinking this was like an Endgame hangover. Like, it came out too close to Endgame.
Did it come out too close to Endgame? I thought it came out before.
If it's months away. No, it came out after.
Was it after?
Yeah, definitely.
It was after.
It was after.
Yeah.
Yeah, not in shortly after.
I feel like, yeah, that's what it is. It's Infinity War, it's Endgame, and I honestly believe Logan.
Yeah, Logan, you're not wrong with the whole Logan situation, but Apocalypse came out after Logan.
It came out immediately after Logan.
And like I said, everybody just goes, yeah, it was kind of bad.
Yeah.
And then just dismisses it. But I think because this was the end of an era, like they didn't know that when they started the movie. You know what I mean?
They didn't know that Disney was going to gobble them up.
Yeah. Like, I don't know. People, they're not wrong. It's kind of bad.
Yeah, it's bad, but it's not the pile of shit that everybody's saying it is.
No, and it's actually somewhat well made, to be fair.
It works.
It looks fine.
Some of the sets are very obviously set pieces, but
it's not really bad. Like, there are certain movies where you're like, ooh. It's that one WB that one Warner Brothers City Street backlot.
Exactly. It's right on the other side of the Central Park that Marty skates around.
That's in Universal. That's Universal.
That's Universal.
But
yeah, that's right.
It wasn't that street.
No.
It was a backlot, but it wasn't that street.
No, but that street isn't a lot of things, because I remember I even said out loud when they go inside the house, I was like, "Fuck, they use this set for everything." Yeah.
But they dressed it up. It was fine. Like,
but that's the thing. Like, they dress it up. It works. It all works.
It wasn't, again, Sam Raimi's fucking Spider-Man. Like, it's in that one street, that one Warner Brothers backlot street. Like, and nobody cared then. Why should I care now? Like, I don't care.
No.
And when they went to the train, I was like, no, this is like high budget.
If you
shit.
Back on the set thing, if you're going to complain about that, then complain about Black Panther only using one set piece from the Thor Ragnarok set that they repainted, or Far From Home, where the London Bridge, the
Tower
Bridge. Thank you. The Tower Bridge, that is atrociously a set.
Yeah.
It's
it's the full noon daytime CGI scenes are a little rough.
Yeah, they're pretty bad, but
always hard to pull off. Thor Ragnarok had a really bad one too when they were in Wales. Yeah, the cliffs of Dover.
Was it Dover?
I don't know. They were one of
the
the cliffs,
island
the white
wherever they
cliffs,
were. Yeah, where the light looks terrible.
Mm-hmm.
Everything has this weird ambient glow because they had to oversaturate it.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's so bad. But who fucking cares?
Exactly. I'm just saying the highest budgets you can stack up against this.
Oh yeah,
and it's fine.
Yeah.
Like, I don't know. I don't know, man.
I'm boggled by it, dude, because I found it enjoyable all the way through. I mean, I'm not all the way through. I didn't like the very beginning, but dude, it seriously it dropped off almost immediately after that X phone scene. I was just like, all right, that's fucking retarded. This is stupid. Oh. Like, it was literally about, like, I don't know, 5-10 minutes for me where I was just like,
the first 10 minutes, you're right. I was like, oh, God.
Yeah.
Because, you're right. It's like, get the X-Men on the phone. Go up to space, you dinguses. And I was like, why didn't you just send them in the first place?
Yeah, why didn't they go in the first place?
And then everybody's like, they're sending the X-Men to space, everybody. And they're like, yay!
I know.
And I was like, what the fuck? Okay, we get it. They're cool with society right now. Like, this was an extreme example.
Yeah.
We can lose all of this. Fucking Charles. I just love hating Charles. I've decided that is my favorite thing they can do.
Oh, dude, you were
make
so
me
happy.
Hate Charles.
Yeah, that was that. You were so happy through the movie. You were like, yes, he's such a piece of shit. Yeah, you looked over at me you kept going like, that smug fuck. And I was just like, all right, dude. Like, I'm not, honestly, like, of the X-Men characters, Xavier's probably like one of my least favorite. But but he's like a cornerstone. You know because it's like, even when I'm reading the comics, it's like, dude, you have a god complex, man. Like, the guy,
he's got an ego.
He thinks he's Jesus.
Yeah, he's got an ego.
He's mutant Jesus. And that's what you're supposed to see. You're supposed to look at Magneto and be like, mutant Hitler. Mm-hmm. And you're supposed to look at him and go like, mutant Jesus, you know. But it's like Xavier's aware that he's mutant Jesus, and Magneto has no idea that he's become what he hated.
Yep. That's the thing. The X-Men aren't complex. People, I guess, want it to be, and it can be.
I was going to say, some of them are. It's just that the movies are not.
No.
And that's fine.
And they don't need to be enjoyable.
They don't.
At the same time,
Logan
you can
is
have something like Logan.
Logan is a very simple movie.
Yeah.
But I feel that
it's exploring the characters.
Yeah. It's like the exact. Yeah. There you go.
Yeah. It's not in themes. It's not fucking complex. Like,
No, it's a family movie.
Regret.
It's a family on a movie trip. A movie about a family on a road trip.
Yeah. Regret, and the old bullshit with, like, I had a kid I didn't know about. Which,
the father, son, and the abandoned daughter thing, and it's just a slight little twist on that with a little bit of Western thrown in. Mm-hmm. Little Western, little noir. This is just an action movie. That's fucking fine. You know, it's just, like I said, Jean's story and trying to cover so much character, they never set the Phoenix up right. They never set the Phoenix up. The whole
driving force of the movie is stupid. Who even is the bad guy besides Jean? But there's another bad guy.
I keep forgetting. There's Jessica a villain in that
Yeah, there's
movie.
A villain.
Yeah.
Doesn't matter. It's all the drama between all the mutants. That's all that ever matters to me.
Oh, dude, that's really all that's important in the comics, too. Yeah. It's just all the melodrama. I was explaining it to somebody about reading X-Men, because I think it was a girlfriend I had at the time, and she was like, why do you read this crap? And I was like, you love, like, Grey's Anatomy and Gilmore Girls. Mm-hmm. That's this, except they shoot lasers out of their eyes. Yeah. You know, it's the same thing.
Yeah, no, and that formula has been working forever with wrestling and in comic books and whatever.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah,
don't mess with it. You know, every now and then you get that Kingdom Come, that Earth X, that Uncanny X-Force, that's just, or Peter David's X Factor. You know, you get those great runs. Stan Lee's Parable for Silver Surfer, which was one of the best comics I've ever read in my life. Neil Gaiman's Sandman, Warren Ellis's Transmetropolitan. You get these random gems where you're just like, this is fucking great storytelling. Most of the time, it's just dudes in spandex beating the crap out of each other, you know, and like, oh, I gotta break up with my girlfriend, you know, or whatever. You know, it's a lot of that shit goes on all the time. We're like, oh man, they're being mean to me at school, you know, or whatever. That shit goes on all the time. That was one of the things that made Spider-Man's runs so interesting, was because, like, especially during like the Todd McFarlane era, where like he was having like real world problems on top of having to fight Venom. It was like he was losing his apartment. His wife was going to divorce him. You know,
Yeah,
like he had all these crazy real world problems, and that can come
in the Spider-Man game, in the PS4 Spider-Man game. The best parts were when he was just fucking going in and meeting May or whoever.
Oh yeah, meeting up with Mary Jane was awesome. Where they had their relationship had fallen apart, and then you had to go to dinner with Mary Jane, and that was awesome.
He's fucking crashing at a home, on a couch in an office at a homeless shelter.
Yeah. Or his late nights with Dr. Octavius.
Were you there for the one where he was trying to find his stuff that had got picked up by the trash company?
No, but you told me that was like one of your favorite missions.
Yeah.
And that's what makes Spider-Man great.
He's just like, I'm full on Spider-Man and I'm using my powers. Not like it's not negligence or what am I the word I'm looking for? Like unethical. So it's like using it. So let's say, and you understand what unethical means, but I'm thinking of like great power, great responsibility. The whole Iron Man drinking in his fucking outfit and like it being ridiculous and all that shit. So it's not like that where it's like, oh, he's using his suit and his powers for something he shouldn't. It's just funny that he's like, I got Spider-Man shit to do, but I need to get my stuff that got thrown in the trash because I got evicted from my apartment. And he's swinging around making phone calls and running to different dumpsters and trying to find different trucks. Yeah. And you're just like, this is great.
Yeah.
This is amazing.
Absolutely. Because it's that blue collar working class superhero stuff.
He's still on the up and up. Yeah. But he still just has things he's got to deal with.
He's got to find his stuff.
Yeah. He's not just like an unethical use of his powers, but like,
One of my favorite X-Men stories was one issue. It was after Colossus and Shadowcat broke up. Peter is just destroyed over the whole thing. He's depressed. He's having a shit time. So Logan and Kurt, Nightcrawler, they go to the bar with him. And the whole comic is them at the bar trying to make Pete feel better about this breakup. And like, back at the mansion, you've got like, you got some of the girl drama. I think it's like Storm and Kitty and stuff. They're all talking it out and whatnot. But then like they run into Kane Marco at the bar, who's Juggernaut. They run into Kane and Peter gets drunk and he instigates a fight with Juggernaut. And they have this bar brawl. They wreck the whole fucking bar.
Awesome.
It's normal shit like that. That happens a lot in comics too, where it's just like I was just saying. Yeah. And it would be nice to get like,
it's like you have a little bit of like it's stories and you can relate to, but it's heightened because there's superpowers.
Everybody's got like I can make my skin metal.
There's no bursting through the it's not like old westerns like they went through the window and it was crazy. You can up that to
they blew the roof off the mall.
Yes, exactly. Like and that's fun. I don't know. Watch Dark Phoenix. I think it's worth
watch
it.
Dark Phoenix. It's a good time.
Yeah. I mean, it'll be streaming somewhere, I'm sure, soon. So just watch it. I mean, you can rent it now.
Yeah. I think it's on like Amazon for rent and stuff.
Yeah. You can rent it from anywhere, but it might be for free streaming somewhere soon.
Oh yeah, it'll be on movie. I think it's on like HBO or something.
Yeah, for sure. But yeah, people were I don't know why they were so down on it. Like I said, I think it was an in-game fucking like hangover. Fuck this movie kind of thing.
I think it is because that happens all the time. It happened to something right after Dark Knight. Can't remember what it was, but they shit all over it.
Yeah, weird. It was like Iron Man 2.
Because, probably. Iron Man 2's...
I was just thinking of one of the, like, around that era, one of the bad ones.
I would rather watch Iron Man 2 before I watched Thor the Dark World again.
Oh, yeah.
I think I have done that a couple times where I'm like, I'm not watching that. Ooh, Iron Man 2's on.
Ooh, Iron Man 2. Oh, this is when Whiplash is like, my bird.
Where is my bird? Sam Rockwell is so great in that movie.
Yeah.
And, like... Everybody talks shit, especially because he's got like the tanner all over his hands, and I'm like, that's the fucking character.
The point. Yeah.
He's a huge pile of crap.
Ugh, yeah, I don't want to get into that whole conversation. Where people are like, "That's ridiculous." That's the point.
Exactly. He's supposed to be that way. He's
Oh
a
God,
ridiculous
a character
man.
said this. That won't hold up in 2019. No, it wasn't good then. That's the point.
That's
the
the point.
character's a dick.
Yeah, he was a dick then. He's a dick now. He's still a dick.
Yeah, characters can't be dicks in 2019. Fuck you.
Yeah, they absolutely
yes.
can.
Anyway, all right. That's all we got for you.
That's our political rant. Watch Dark Phoenix.
Yeah, watch Dark Phoenix. It's worth it. We'll be back. You know what, Josh?
Ryan.
In our sign off, let's be oddly specific here.
Okay.
Subscribe is the way that works. Subscribe to us on YouTube. We are Mighty Fish Productions on YouTube. That is where we are. That is where you're going to find all of our video content. New episodes of Classic Catch Up coming out. You can also follow us on twitch.tv/Mighty Fish Productions. That is where we'll be live streaming gameplay and what have you.
At some point.
If you're into that, follow us on Twitter at Mighty Movie Pod.
Please.
We will be back at you with more episodes of the podcast.
Should we start an Instagram?
Yeah,
because I feel like the people follow the gram more.
I think they do. We'll get on that. We will be back with more episodes of the podcast as per the usual, but look forward to us transitioning more to our video content, including this podcast. That's what we're going to be focusing a lot of time on. But you know the big stuff that's coming out. We're going to see it. We're going to want to talk about it.
Yeah, we going to be here.
But we've been gone for a little bit, and it's been mostly because we have big life changes going on for both of us. And we're doing our best, but at the same time we are restructuring our whole content farm here.
Yeah, we got to have a talk as soon as we stop recording this.
What we're focusing on, where we go going forward and all that good stuff. But that's why it's best to just, obviously you're subscribed to this podcast, go to Twitter at Mighty Movie Pod and subscribe on YouTube. Mighty Fish Productions.
And thank you to everyone who is subscribed and stuff. And if you're not, welcome aboard.
For sure. But the YouTube page, give that a follow because that's where shit's gonna go up. In this feed, obviously. Yeah. That's all I got.
It was good.
What do you got? Josh, say something. Fill them in.
Fill them in. I'm really trying to avoid making a dumb joke here. My name is Josh. I enjoy long walks.
Oh, God. Well, that's going to be it for us. Thank you so much for listening to another episode of the Mighty Movie Pod. We will be back. I have been Ryan.
I am still Josh.
And we will catch you on the frosty side. Goodbye.
Bye.
Oh, God. I gotta turn this off.
You have to press the button.
There we go.
I sell $5 jewelry, so I gets paid.